Adil Ray and Susanna Reid welcomed the Financial Secretary at Home Treasury, Jessie Norman, onto Good Morning Britain on Thursday. There was plenty for the ITV presenters to get through, such as the future of universal credit, but it was the text exchanges shared by Dominic Cummings between himself and Prime Minister Boris Johnson which dominated conversation. In them, the Prime Minister is alleged to have called Health Secretary Matt Hancock G hopeless, and Adil and Susanna were keen to hear Mr. Norman's stance on the matter. However, in doing so, the MP was quick to hit back at the pair, blasting them for making judgments without all of the information. Do you agree with Boris Johnson that Matt Hancock is completely useless? Adil asked as he kicked off the exchange. After letting out a laugh, Mr. Norman replied, I can see why the media has picked up on this, but listen, Matt Hancock has absolutely the Prime Minister's full support. He's been working incredibly hard around the clock, Mr. Norman continued before being cut off by GMB's Adil. You haven't said yes or no there, Adil said as Susanna chimed in, because either he's got to say he doesn't agree with the Prime Minister or you have to agree that Matt Hancock is hopeless. Which is it? Adil pushed again, prompting the MP to reiterate, I'm telling you what I think is the case, which is the Prime Minister has every confidence in the Health Secretary. But Adil and Susanna weren't going to let the conversation and line of questioning stop there, as the former asked, why did he say he was completely useless last year? Hopeless, twice he said that, and why is he still in a very influential position as Health Secretary? Defending his colleague, Mr. Norman hit back at Adil, if I may say so, I don't know what the truth is and I doubt you do either, and what you are talking about is one side and a very small, single snippet of a massively complete situation. The GMB host interrupted once more, but this time, Mr. Norman wasn't going to stand by. We'd love to get Boris Johnson's side but he doesn't do interviews, Adil interjected, prompting the MP to bark, no, hang on a second, Adil. You haven't heard the other side of it. You haven't heard the context of it. How can you make a judgment? After being slapped down by Mr. Norman about his probes on Mr. Hancock, Adil turned his attention to the PM. Because he doesn't do interviews, Adil shouted back at the MP. How are we supposed to get the other side if Boris Johnson won't come on a national news show on ITV? It's now been 1,471 days, we'd love the other side. Give him that advice. But Mr. Norman stood firm, informing Adil that the government hasn't shied away from media duties. You'll be aware there's been no absence of government leaning in, he said.